Hi, you are on episode Fuck My Life. And, yeah, we're not going to go back into the past. I mean, he's home from Germany, and it is April, what is today's date? April 11th, 2023. And I wanted to give you an update since I last uploaded a video, which was March 11th. Because if I don't continue uploading these videos, you guys are gonna have no clue, because you guys really need to know how nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody. So here it is. In the last video I had explained that about the manipulation and my husband. I didn't realize exactly how bad the manipulation is, or how bad it was, or how deep it ran. I know, well, I don't know if I told you, but I was advocating really, really hard for his mental health, because my husband used to cry to me a lot about how nobody's helping him with his mental health, how he would go to Embedded, but Embedded's not actually, not all of them are licensed therapists. How he wanted medication, but he was being denied. Then finally some captain threw Lexapro at him, but never diagnosed him with anything, just gave it to him because he told him he wanted it. That captain told him eventually we'll have a psychiatrist. Back in December 2022, my husband, it was a very stressful time, extremely stressful, because we were trying to get his son down here for Christmas. It was December 21st or 22nd. I'm gonna have to relook at those dates, but he had punched himself in the head, and when I walked into the bedroom, because he was upset because he didn't want to come up with a plan to get his kid down here, I walked in the room, I see his head bleeding. It was the left side, and I confronted him on it, and then he got upset. He made some suicidal remarks, got some shoes on, walked out the door, shut off his GPS, and left. If you look at my videos, you'll see a video that says a narcissistic Christmas, that shows the text messages. There's audio between him and I, and then there's audio between the MPs and I, how that played out. The MPs told me that if they find him, they're gonna pick him up and take him for a psych eval. His first sergeant found him, and they did not take him for a psych eval. Nobody from his chain of command took him for a psych eval for 2 days. For 2 days, and I had to beg him for somebody to take him. Actually, I told him that I was going to come pick him up and I was going to take him. But after 2 days of begging, on Christmas Eve, they decided that, his chain of command decided that they were going to take him. The problem with that psych eval is that there was no psychiatrist there. There was no psychiatrist to perform the psych evaluation. And I have proof. For one, I have Billy recorded stating that there was no psychologist there or psychiatrist there to give a psych eval. It was a nurse. He only had a nurse to talk to.
I didn't talk to a psychiatrist. I talked to a fucking nurse.
A nurse diagnosed you?
Yeah, that's all I had. They ain't got nobody right now.
They didn't have a psychiatrist?
Nobody was available. Like, all I got was just the nurse, and it was a major, whatever. He sat there and listened. I told him, like, I'm just constantly filled with anger that I can't control. Like, I can't. I'm reacting to everything in a negative way.
So
This is why I'm going to embedded. Because I told him I'm pissed off at embedded. I didn't give a fuck.
So I was right. That CSM tried telling me I was wrong, that there's always a psychiatrist.
So, like, I think he's like on call or whatever, but no one ever showed up that was clinically certified to give any sort of psychiatry or psychiatric evaluation. So that's the best they can fucking do with what they're working with.
2, I have his discharge paperwork stating that a nurse tried diagnosing him. Nurses can't diagnose, especially when it comes to mental health, okay? All nurses out there need to understand you cannot diagnose mental health. Nurses don't diagnose. You're not a doctor. You're not a psychiatrist. I have recordings. I have video. I have audio. I have paperwork. Okay? This all is very important. And I'm going to tell you why it's very important. The reason it's important is because my husband cried to me that he is not getting help. He, as a matter of fact, filed his own IG complaint about mental health in January after I filed my complaint with the Senator Ossoff, in December. And I find it really weird that in December I filed my complaint with Senator Ossoff. The Army had 30 days to respond. And what happened? In those 30 days, Billy's commander was gone. Billy's staff sergeant was gone. Billy's section chief was gone. And then our FAP social worker was gone. Everybody except the first sergeant that knew these issues, that saw issues, was gone. So nobody that would actually be like, hey, yeah, this is the problem. Oh, and Major Youngblood, too. He's a good one to talk to about all the issues that have been going on with my husband, because he tried discharging my husband when he was out in Germany. And so, with that being said, I don't know what BS his command fed to Colonel Moon, but I read the response that he sent to the senator. But it's not accurate. And I have a rebuttal to every response that he sent. But my rebuttal, I have proof. I either have something from a text message, I either have an audio recording of my husband or a video time stamped to go with why what he's saying is not true. Or it's truths, but it's twisted truths to fit a narrative from his chain of command. So, and it's very upsetting to me because my husband is so hell-bent on me being this liar, that he has Congress, he has his colonel, his chain of command, he has everybody thinking that I'm the bad guy. And because of that, I have no resources. I have no access to any funds. Now, before I said I could clear his balance, no, that no longer exists. He actually closed the joint account completely. His phone, I got confirmation that he did indeed, in fact, have a new number that entire time that I said he had a new number and phone. Yeah. And then his chain of command lied to the state, saying, oh no, he never had a new number or phone. I don't know what she's talking about. Yeah, to make me look like I was crazy. Yeah, I have confirmation of that too. And then, oh yeah, Billy also is letting everybody know that he's in fear for his life. In fear for his life from me. I have never been violent towards him, but I have shown everybody his violence towards me. But everybody believes him, and his chain of command has seen his outbursts. They have seen it. But he's in fear from me. My children are scared of him, but he's in fear from me. My neighbors have seen it, but he's in fear from me. Okay, Congress. Okay. So they have you fooled. You accepted their response. I get it. I am blocked from all resources. I am stuck because my husband is a very amazing manipulator. So I and my children have to suffer the consequences of this master manipulator, this narcissistic asshole, and be stuck with no money. I can't seem to freaking find a job to save my life. No support. No way out. Nowhere to go. I really, really hope that William Albert Leith Lisk feels awfully proud of himself, because he single-handedly destroyed a mother with 2 kids, an autistic child at that. And the Army defends these actions. So does Congress. We are, it's like we, the American people, us 3 little American people, are the enemy. I just really want to know what we did by trying to find resources. Oh, and as for our new FAP social worker, our case should have never been closed. Because why? Because I questioned you? Because I told you my children and I are real people with real feelings, and that we matter, because I asked you if what I asked you if marriage counseling was ever part of our plan, and you told me no, and I said, well, Colonel Moon stated, and you're like, oh, it was never part of your plan. I was like, well, if it's part of Billy's, it's part of mine, because marriage counseling requires 2 people, and you kept reiterating that it was never part of mine. I was like, again, it requires 2 people. I was like, and before you throw some HIPAA shit at me, I said HIPAA only applies if I was never involved with the issue at hand. I said, but unfortunately, I'm involved. I'm allowed to have information regarding this file, Billy's file. So, but if I wasn't ever part of this, yeah, I wouldn't be allowed access to that information. But since I am part of this and I'm his wife, I'm allowed access to this particular information regarding all the FAP information. I'm allowed to have access to that. You cannot deny me that. And you didn't like that I said that. As a matter of fact, you stated, do you have any other questions? And I still had 45 minutes left of my session. And then we talked. And then you were very hateful to me, Jennifer Morris. You were very hateful to me. And then you decided you were closing my case. None of what's going on at Fort Stewart is good. As long as you're a wife and you accept the abuse from not just your husband, but everybody there, you're good. But if you speak up, oh yeah, you are going to get smothered. You are going to get crushed. You and your kids, they don't give a fuck about you. And you need to know that. So, if you don't hear from me, I'll tell you what, all of this has caused me severe anxiety. It's taken like a severe toll on my mental health. And Billy, the Army, FAP, everybody who hasn't helped, everybody who looked away, everybody who acted like they were going to help but used it against me, you all are responsible. You're responsible. But who am I and why should you care? Yeah, I have a therapist appointment that I gotta get into now. Have a good day.